press the release button because that's how it's done. It's just one button you press. And it
Sure, I understand.
and afterwards, you know, you just kind of stay true. And we're really thrilled that everyone kind of appreciated what it was and excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I'm proud. And it's just, I think we mentioned it or talked about it a bit. It's just, when you think about, like, game development, a lot of times, people easily take, like, 5, 6, 7 years, 12 years, you know, depending on which studio, right? And you have so many people join, you know, throughout that time. And there's so many people that never can work for 5, 6 years, you know, and just never see or feel that success. And I remember, like, it was heartbreaking to see, you know, with like so many kind of younger devs that joined us and they didn't have that feeling of success after 77, you know, so they didn't know that taste, you know, it's a different feeling. It just makes you like sustained and kind of motivated. And then there was this clear difference in like family relationship in a studio, like how like we had after Family Liberty in like Warsaw, it was hugging. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, and I felt like, because I experienced it in the past. I know how it is to ship out. You know, they read about it in newspapers.
It was more than just not experiencing it. To your point, there was a bit of trauma. Story being that moment and that party that we had, the internal one. Yeah, it was a good one. It was tears of relief and joy.
Loved it. There was obviously reviews and what have you, but looking back at it now, a few months on, why do you think it worked as well as it did? Why did it
I think the kind of virtue of sticking with it, I think, was a factor. Because I mean, there's the content and the people themselves, and so as far as the story that goes with it, I think sticking to and staying true to feature set. I think, you know, we stayed true to strong characters with a story, and then kind of touching on themes, points, and I think it's worked for a lot of people in the situation. And then of course, focusing on that and not losing sight
For me, it was Dogtown. Dogtown is like the sickest, coolest environment. Did you guys like learn something from that? Like what?
Yeah, well, I Dogtown was finally a challenge for us in that we're like, okay, we got Night City, and now let's make a district that's essentially, you know, it's adjacent to, but it's not Night City. Other areas of Night City, but it's its own. And so I remember at one point in time, we're like, we need to make this feel more like Kurt, military district. We have a guard convoys and stuff like that, and the different districts of where the kind of Kurt's crew is patrolling, which is the one that's and what's it like to have a community there that are trying to make their life outside of Night City for whatever reason they had to escape Night City. So that's sort of the whole thing. What's the life like there? And then in contrast to Cook's and occasionally just giving someone a gut punch and things like that, and so like harassing the crew. So yeah, I mean, I kind of started rambling here, but it was an iterative process to find that balance to make it easy. And Juarez, the border El Paso to Juarez, Mexico, East Coast, West, or not East Coast, East and West Berlin, the Wall. All of these things were like inspirations for how we approached it.
And I'll just put up one additional thought, like, in connecting even like two last questions that you got. What was interesting is that so many people that you're shit with everything you do and with everything, like you want to show up.
Yeah.
You really
You have like a
this,
fire.
Like, you really are like, I'm so much they won't believe what it is. And it's this kind of a, like fire and energy in a way, because like that's how it feels. Right? So many of us are like, coming from old red, old times, we remember Witcher success and so on. And those people all there, right? Like they live through that. They know how it is to make a good game. There are factors why it happened, but then when we were given an opportunity to make something better, to build something, as Gabe was talking about, Doctor and so on, and then it was just easier, to build on that energy in a way, to just be like, okay, we stuck with that, we want to stick with that idea, we'll do something as remarkable as we only can in any fucking aspect of that, like any detail, like as minuscule and tiny as it is, everyone's gonna nail it. And it was like you could feel